welcome, KironJ. KironJ was a speaker at the Bath Meinberg Festival in 2018, I believe it was.
19.
19. It's a pleasure seeing you again in this form. So I leave it to you, and thank you for extending the message.
Thank you so much, Andreas. Thank you for inviting me. And it's very beautiful to be with you. Very lovely. And I wonder if we could start by acknowledging each other. If you feel comfortable to turn your video on, that would be very lovely. If not, no problem. But can we look around at the faces, the names, gratitude that we've chosen to be here together? Remembering that Christ's vision would show us the light beyond all form, all faces, all names. And when we truly come into the present moment, that light is there for us to see. I'd like to share with you about how everything can be a step to God. The Course says, A Course in Miracles says, sometimes our greatest advances appear to be setbacks. We get confused about which direction we're going in. And I'm in a process and experience which might be called a setback, but it absolutely isn't. And I hope it will be helpful to share something of it with you now. About 5.5 weeks ago, I had the COVID vaccination. I wasn't planning to have the vaccination, but Spirit made it really clear, this is what to do. Okay, I follow guidance. And within 2 minutes, perhaps, of the needle going into my arm, I could feel the toxin. It felt like this awful toxin begin to spread around my body. And within 20 minutes, thankfully at home by this time, I felt incredibly challenged and compromised. It felt like this alien force invading me. I had most peculiar sensations in the body. Thank you, Andreas. So I had these very strange sensations, an alien force invading my body. I felt completely disconnected from the light. Couldn't find the light at all. I could, however, call out to Jesus and turn to some Course in Miracles ideas. I couldn't feel connected with them, but I could turn in that direction. And for 2 hours, I was like this, shut off from the light in my experience, feeling physically awful, ghastly. And then it did ease and lift a little so that I could find the light again. Not strongly, but there was a connection in my experience. And for the last 5.5 weeks, I have felt stronger and stronger in the light, more connected, but the physical symptoms have continued. I still have very odd pressure sensations in the body. I feel a mental fog. It's like I've taken a sleeping pill and there's a constant pressure to fall asleep. And I'm calling on Spirit to keep coming through that. This could be called a setback. There have been thoughts at the beginning of, why did I have that jab? What a mistake that was. I'm damaged now, and things like that. But that just is not the case. What's happening is that I am experiencing a replay of the moment of separation. When I made the decision to invite the alien thought system of the ego into my mind, which is putting me to sleep, blocking the light, causing mental confusion. It's so very clearly a window on that first moment that we can't remember. And the ego is a thought system of destruction, of hate, attack. And these thoughts are in my mind. I have never consciously felt the urge to destroy myself before. But it's been very strong in the last 5 weeks. I've not been suicidal, not been close at all to doing anything about it, but I'm aware of the urge, the pull to destruction, to give up, to collapse, to go with the ego, to call on death. It's all been there to witness, which is an amazing gift if our choice is to awaken from the dream. And within that, I've had a sense of how many past lives have been dedicated to the god of sickness, to the god of weakness, to self-destruction. I can just see it and feel it. This is a very long-standing pattern in my mind. Nothing to do with the vaccination. That's just the story it's appeared in this time round. A story of a sensitive body that reacts strongly to things. that's weak, that's fragile. So I have this opportunity now to observe and witness and moment by moment choose. Am I going to listen to the voice for God? Or am I going to listen to this alien, phantom, illusory voice, which is speaking in powerful physical symptoms? Now, this is incredible mind training. It's how I'm finding it. Moment by moment, do I collapse into the physical symptoms? Or do I keep seeing their nothingness? They're meaningless. They have no power unless I give them power. So it's mighty motivation to join with Jesus and be more and more secure about what the truth is. This morning, there was a further miracle in amongst all this mind shifting. I woke up with the very clear instruction from Spirit. You are now to see yourself in a light body and to let go of the idea of a physical body. Light body is not a term the Course uses, although other teachings do, but it's a very powerful symbol of a body that cannot be projected upon. We project our guilt, our anger, our trauma onto the physical body, and it gets sick. We cannot project onto a light body, which is an extension of spirit, which can serve spirit perfectly, which cannot be sick. So I am incredibly grateful for this advance, where I've been given specific instructions to see myself as a light body, on the way to remembering I'm formless light. So I can still be in this world, navigating, still looking like KironJ. But my identity already, 12 hours on, is shifting. And something else came with this miracle in the morning. I remembered something that happened 19 years ago, and I have not thought about it for a very long time. I was having a healing on a healing couch, and Mother Meera turned up. If you don't know of Mother Meera, she is an Indian lady who is considered the embodiment of the divine feminine, how she's often described. She lives in Germany now. And I had been having some mind connection with her. This is before the course for me. And she just turned up. Her presence was there next to me on this healing couch. And she started to perform what's often called psychic surgery. She was doing procedures on my system. And at the end of this procedure, she lifted something out of my stomach. That's how I felt it to be. I couldn't see what it was, but she said to me, "Now is the time to raise your light baby." And intuitively, having never heard that term, I knew this was about letting go of the physical body. This was totally terrifying. I still firmly believed in the body and the world at the time. And I knew that this was about letting the body go. Terror, terror, terror. I shut down against Mother Mirror. And in the next 3 weeks, perhaps, I had electric shocks going through the body, pulsations going through the body, many, many, many times a day. Physically, I would be shaking. Of course, it's all in the mind, but I experienced it as physical pulsations and shocks. I've never had them before. I've never had them since that 3-week span. And soon after they stopped, I went into a period of severe illness for 6 years, which I spoke about at Bad Meinberg when I was there 2 years ago. Laid out. Couldn't walk, couldn't speak, couldn't see for most of it. That also looks like a fair setback. But it wasn't. It was the most glorious invitation to join with Spirit and know that my being didn't depend on a body that worked. And since then, there's been a long period of recovery, finding A Course in Miracles, studying it intensely, now teaching the course, or allowing the Holy Spirit to teach through me. And today, I can put it all together with this injunction from Spirit. Know yourself as a light body now. This is the same process as the light baby being raised up. It's all part of the same thing. This part of the mind's decision to awaken. And not one seeming setback in these 19 years has really been a setback. Every single part has been another step to God, another perfect invitation to heal. I would like to invite you into a process now, just a short process, joining me in this awakening that we're all involved with. Would you like to close your eyes? And think of something in your life that might feel like a setback. It might feel like you've made a bad decision, or you're wounded and you don't know how to heal. You don't know if you'll ever heal. A challenge that just seems a problem. And invite the Holy Spirit or Jesus or another being of light or all of them. Invite in the light. And ask for Spirit support to see this situation as perfect. As a golden invitation to heal. As a perfect next step to God. As part of this choice to heal, you may also like to visualize yourself as a body of light. You might like to use the power of your mind now to see and feel light and not physicality. A body of light which perfectly serves spirit. The eyes, the hands, the feet of Christ. You might like to ask Spirit help to withdraw all the ego uses you make of your body, the body your mind is projecting. You might like to ask for Spirit help to see all bodies as light bodies. An outer wrapping of flesh, but in truth, a light body. Helping us remember we are the same. We are not under ego laws. And that there is no doubt we will all choose awakening. And very slowly open your eyes again. and look round the screens again. Could it be your intention to see light? Shadows circling, the faces, the bodies, shadows circling, the light. But it is the light that you're relating to. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here. It is all blessing to share with you. Thank you, Andreas.
Thank you, KironJ, for guiding us through the clouds into the light and the awareness of the light. Thank you so much. And thank you everyone for joining in. Thank you especially to exactly you who is listening. And this is an invitation to join this warm-up series that we started today. It will commence until the 15th of May. And at 9 in the morning, we have half an hour, and at 8 in the evening, Berlin time. And of course, feel welcome to join the Course in Miracles Festival, Love at First Sight. So basically, this is, KironJ, what you offered us. This is love at first sight. When the cloud is gone,
yes.
It's love at first sight.
Indeed.
Thank you so much. I'm going to post a link into the chat. And yeah, everyone, don't wait for anything. Don't wait for a festival. Don't wait for tomorrow. Be the love and the light and the joy of God now. And have a blessed evening, everyone. Thank you. And thanks to the interpreters. Thank you.
Yes, big thank you.
Cornelia,
big thank you.
Anne and Lily.
Yeah.
Super.
Yes. Thank you. Yes.
Goodbye, everyone. Beautiful night to you.
Yes, indeed.